I'm going to know, and I've been wanting to know this for at least 30 years,
Yeah.
40 years perhaps, about recognition of your soulmate,
Yeah.
and whether certain experiences that I've had in relation to who may actually be my soulmate, and probably is.
Yeah.
Here's the man I was married to.
Right.
It's been more than some 15 years or so now. But right through, especially the early days of our relationship, we knew things about each other which we had no way of knowing. You know, it was spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
And we were deeply into that. And if I was across the other side of town and I had a bad attack of something which was I was in pain, he would feel the pain way over the other side of the town.
Yeah.
And then there was one time I had this dream that I had seen this man who looked very much like John, and he was standing outside a certain house, and I described the hedge and the gate and the footpath, and he was trying to sell something.
Yeah.
And I described this article that he was trying to sell, and guns were something I knew nothing about. I'd had no exposure apart from an antique ornament at home. Well, anyway, shouldn't say I knew nothing about it, but anyway, I didn't know about brand names and what they were called.
Can I stop you for a moment?
All that detail.
Can I stop you? You're wanting to tell a story. Do you know why you're wanting to tell a story?
I want to know whether the fact that I knew all this, and as you can imagine, it turns out that that was him, and it was a Winchester, and it was green and buff in the folder, even the cleaning...
You're back to telling the story again?
Yeah, you know, just to emphasise all that detail that came to me, and when I described it to him, it was exactly what had happened.
Yeah. But you're capable of doing that with every single person in this room.
Yeah, I just wondered whether it meant that there was some much more meaningful connection there than
Well, you're capable of doing that with every person in this room. So what I'm saying is...
I understand that in a way.
But see, you're not hearing me at the moment because you want to believe that this man is your soulmate. And that's okay. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying that you are capable of doing what the reasoning that you've got about you feeling that he's your soulmate, you're actually capable of doing exactly the same thing with all the people in this room.
Okay,
But that doesn't mean he's not your soulmate. No. What I'm saying is your soul is capable of that.
So.
He's not necessarily so just on that particular thing. Does that make sense?
Yes. And to just take the question one step further, is it likely to happen that one does marry one's soulmate on this earth this time? And the fact that you've divorced and gone your separate ways, I mean, I can see why there's a very good reason, and I have progressed in my spiritual life a whole lot more since we've been apart, and I can see a good reason why we've gone our separate ways. I mean, we're still good terms and everything. I rang him up the other day to wish him happy birthday. You know.
One thing, can I just stop you again? I'm going to stop you again.
Yeah.
What you're doing, there's an emotion driving what you are currently doing. What's the emotion?
Well, that I'm still connected to him. I know that. I've realised that all along.
Okay, so what are you going to do about it?
Well, I suppose I've been working my way through that for years and years. I don't think that.
So what are you wanting from me?
Well, I just wondered whether it's likely that one would marry one's soulmate and yet...
Well, no. What you're wanting from me is you want me to confirm that he's your soulmate. That's what you want from me.
Well, yes, if you did. But if you said no, I'll be really upset by it.
But saying no would actually confirm he's not your soulmate, and I don't want to do that either. But can you see how at the moment you're projecting a need at me to give you something?
I just want to know the likelihood, you know.
Well, talk to God about that.
I do.
So why are you worrying? Why are you talking to me about that? Can you see what I'm saying?
And I mean, even if I do get an affirmative answer, I still don't know if there's anything I should do about it. I mean, I'm
exactly.
quite comfortable not doing it.
And even if you get an affirmative answer, it doesn't mean you're going to believe me or not. Can you see that? Like,
we love you singing, but
it's probably a good idea that you go before I sing. No worries.
But a lot of couples do meet and marry their soulmate, don't they?
Yes, definitely. If that's your question, do a lot of couples meet? Now, of those who do some of them fall off the edge and get divorced anyway? Certainly. They do. That certainly occurs, yes. Well, that does answer my question. No, there was an emotion driving your long story. And you weren't asking a question during that story. You were stating a lot of facts, but you weren't asking a question because you wanted me first to understand something about your life before you asked the question. But that is a need that you're projecting on me. The simplest thing for you to do, Laura, Helga's been through this particular emotion, so Helga can help you a lot with this emotion.
I tried.
At the beginning...
She didn't ring me back anymore.
at the beginning, Helga would tell this long 10-minute story to me. And I'm saying to Helga, what's the question you want to ask? And the question got down to 1 line or 2 lines. Right? We want to tell the story because there's an emotion driving us to tell the story. And you need to connect to that emotion. And it's not loving for me to listen to your story and help you be disconnected to that emotion. Do you follow me? Can you see what I'm saying there? Like, what I need to do is help you connect to the story. The story is connect to the emotion. The story is told because you want me to understand. So what's the emotion you feel? I'm misunderstood. And you don't want to feel that. Right? That's why you don't want to ask the question just straight out. Is my husband soulmate? I say, I won't answer that. The second question would be, is it possible to meet your soulmate and marry him? Of course. Most people finish up doing that at some point. The third question, all of those questions could have been handled in just a few seconds of time. But they weren't because of the emotion that's driving you.
The need.
The need for you to be understood is driving you. Do you follow me? And ironically, you're not understanding yourself right at that moment. Because right at that moment, you want me to understand you, and you do not even understand yourself. You do not understand that it's the emotion of need of me to understand that's driving you to ask the question.
But you didn't saying about being misunderstood, and I can tell by the way welling up.
That's welling up in you. Exactly. That's it. That's it. So let yourself feel that emotion. That will help you release that emotion. That will help you a lot. Does everyone follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if I didn't block that coming from her, what would be happening now is that she'd be still wanting me to understand, but now she's in the emotion.
Yes.
Right? And this is what you can do with yourself too, right? Feel the underlying emotion. Let yourself feel what's going on inside of yourself. Yeah?
Are we allowed to assist others doing that if that's what we feel?
Certainly assist others, but again, be careful of your intention. What's your intention? Is your intention to actually work through your own stuff, or is your intention to stay connected with yourself while you're doing it, or is your intention to live your life through their emotions? What's your intention? Because it's very different as to how good or bad it's going to be for you when you're helping others. Yeah. So my feelings, even with these groups at the moment, for me, is what you project at me helps me deal with lots of stuff. Yeah. So I've never played my guitar in front of a group of people before, like a big group like this. I played in front of Millie's church at one point, wasn't it? It was about 40 there, but I had Millie by my side, which I might ask her to come back with.
Do it, Millie.